this tutorial is how to make yet another hearts friendship bracelet. This one has upside down and right side up hearts, and this one is actually a pretty easy pattern, although it does have every single type of knot. So if you're unfamiliar with how to do friendship bracelets, make sure you watch my video on how to do the 4 types of knots before you attempt this one. Alright, this is the pattern that I'm working with, and you'll see that there are 4 of each color. So that translates to 2 strings just folded over. So I've cut 2 of each of my colored strings. I've got the background color and the color I'm using for the hearts, and I've cut 2 of each color to 65 inches. Tie a knot in the middle and clip that down. Okay, so I've laid out my strings, and from left to right they are background color, background, heart, heart, background, background, and heart. So the hearts are going to be outlined in my raspberry pink color, and the background is green. So starting with the first row, I'm going to do 1 forward backward, 1 forward, 1 forward backward, and 1 backward. For the second row, outer strings are going to come out, pair everything off, and do 2 forward knots, and 1 backward forward. For the third row, outer strings come back in, start with 1 backward, 2 forward, and 1 backward forward. Fourth row, outer strings come back out, start with 1 forward backward, 1 forward, and another forward backward. For the fifth row, outer strings come back in, start with 1 forward, 1 backward, 1 forward, and 1 backward forward. Sixth row, outer strings come back out, start with 1 forward backward, 1 backward forward, and 1 forward backward. Seventh row, outer strings come back in, start with 1 backward, 1 forward backward, 1 backward, and 1 backward forward. Eighth row, outer strings come back out, start with 2 backward, and 1 forward backward. Ninth row, outer strings come back in, start with 1 forward, 2 backward, and 1 backward forward. 10th row, outer strings come back out again, 1 forward backward, and 2 backward. 11th row, outer strings come back in, 1 forward backward, 2 backward, and 1 forward. 12th row, outer strings come back out. Start with one backward forward, one forward, and one backward forward. 13th row, outer strings come back in. Start with one forward backward, and 3 backward. Fourteenth row, outer strings come back out. Start with one backward forward, one forward, and one backward forward. For your 15th row, outer strings come back in. Start with one forward backward, and 3 forward. And for the 16th and final row, outer strings come back out and start with one backward forward. And then 2 forward. So now at this point, you'll just start over at the beginning of the pattern and keep going until your bracelet is as long as you need it. When your bracelet is as long as you need it, finish it off with 2 knots and a couple of braids. And that is your finished bracelet. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like, share, and subscribe.